You get to choose how you want to live your life. The emotional state will constantly come up and tell you that it feels this way and that way and differently, or something outside of you made you feel a certain way. It is our responsibility to redirect ourselves and constantly choose a joyful experience, constantly choose a happy thought. So, no matter what happens in the outside world, this is where mastery comes in, is to know what you want to choose to experience, and you have to constantly redirect your mind towards that experience. Hello, everybody. Good day. So, I know Eclipse season is supposed to be a powerful time, and everybody's always experiencing different things that are taking place in their own dimension. But we still have a free will and a choice of how we want to experience and how we want to feel these things. And we have to be selective with what experiences we want to have. You cannot let emotion drive you and tell you how you're supposed to feel. You feel it, but it doesn't mean you stay in it. You get to choose how you want to live your life. The emotional state will constantly come up and tell you that it feels this way and that way and differently, or something outside of you made you feel a certain way. It is our responsibility to redirect ourselves and constantly choose a joyful experience, constantly choose a happy thought. So, no matter what happens in the outside world, this is where mastery comes in, is to know what you want to choose to experience. And you have to constantly redirect your mind towards that experience of joyfulness, of happiness, of excitement, of playfulness, because that is what we came here to do. So, how do we constantly do that? This is where the willingness, the power, the strength comes from within. It is a reminder to your own self to stay in alignment with your true self, no matter what happens on the outside world, or no matter what anybody tells you, how you should or shouldn't be. This is our greatest power, is the free will. So the planets are moving and everything is growing and things are changing, but it's constant. It will never stop. Soon as you feel like you're all done, another thing will come up. And there are stages in life. At a younger stage, we feel like we are gods and we can conquer the world. Then we kind of ground ourselves a little bit and say, okay, maybe I need to be a little bit realistic. Then that stage comes in, and you're like, okay, you're balancing out the two worlds now. And then the third stage, you come into the stage where you completely trust the process and you know everything will be okay. And you just have to have a little bit of patience. A little bit of patience, because everything always changes. And that patience is very important to develop within thyself. That patience actually comes from a deeper understanding of your breath. The alignment within comes from our breath. So, how many of you do breath work in the morning or some sort of breath work? Okay. It's very important to understand the breath and understand which breath to utilize according to each emotional state. So, there are different breathing techniques, and I would like to share one with you guys, which one brings you back to your center. Okay. It is the technique of slow breath out, because we are always breathing, but pay attention to where you're breathing. Is your oxygen naturally going down into the space of your navel, below your navel? Is it breathing into that space, or are you breathing into your chest? So when we get emotional, we start to breathe into our chest. When our mind becomes hyped, we start breathing into our solar plexus. So pay attention to those parts. Are you breathing with your left nostril more, or are you breathing with your right nostril more? Are you have anxiety or anxiousness during that moment? And once you really establish this and be aware of your breath, you will be aware and in control of your energy fields. So breathing in into the abdomen below the navel, that should be your normal breath at all times. But usually our breath out is shorter than our breath in. So here we're going to do the breath in a second or two and slowly breathing out for 5 to 6 seconds through the nose. So try it. Breathe in and slowly breathing out through the nose. Awareness into the back of the neck. Why the back of the neck? Because there is a major gland there, or a major nervous system, the medulla, which regulates the rest of the body and brings everything into balance. So breathing in, slowly breathing out. Close your eyes and bring awareness to below your navel as you slowly breathe out. At this point already, you can feel how the whole nervous system has relaxed and awareness is coming back to yourself. Now, this breath activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which allows you to balance out your emotional and mental body. All right. Well, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Much love to you guys, and I'll see you next week.